Hey, what is up, guys? This is Harrison Barron. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into my channel. So on today's video, I want to teach you guys the most important thing that you could possibly do on your LinkedIn, and I'm going to tell you why. So the spoiler is, if you haven't figured it out already by the title and description in this video, is your headline on your profile is the number one most important thing that you could possibly have on your LinkedIn. Number two, surprisingly, is your photo. And you're probably like, why is that the case? Well, I'm going to tell you why. So let's start out with the headline. The headline is the most important thing on your profile. Now, when you have a profile and you're not sure what kind of headline you should have, put it this way. If somebody is thinking of you or thinking about you or even searching your name, what are the words that they would like to see? What are the words that tell them exactly what you do? And when you figure out those words, that's when you've solved your headline problem. So, for me, my headline typically changes between, are you getting the online exposure that you deserve, or are your marketing efforts paying off in the long run? And you're probably thinking, why is that important? Well, it makes the person think, is that the case for me? And when you say, hey, is that the case for me? Are my marketing efforts paying off, or am I getting the online exposure that I deserve? A lot of people pay a lot of money for online marketing. Because of that, I need to make sure that they think about it. They say, hey, am I getting the right exposure for my online marketing? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But if they're not, now they might potentially be a good fit. It makes that thought-provoking thing. Now, telling people what you do is not the worst thing in the world. I see so many great headlines out there. Everything from, I help people do this is what I do, I'm a senior executive at XYZ company. Those are all well and good. But if you say, hey, you're a CFO of a company, people just write you off as a CFO. They don't actually understand exactly what you do. So if you craft I'm a CFO into something else, something catchy, like I help companies grow tremendous amounts of wealth by organizing their financial data, well, that's super catchy now. That's something interesting. It's something that people are going to remember. And when they say, hey, does my company have tremendous amounts of wealth? Or is my company organizing the money to grow? Now they're going to think of you. And when they think of you, now you're in the right position to start making better decisions, start executing on better sales, and now you're inviting that conversation in. You're not selling, you're just giving a thought-provoking question. A lot of the news makes things thought-provoking. The headlines are thought-provoking. The reason is because they want to get you fired up. That is essentially what your headline is going to do. Your headline is going to get you fired up. It's going to start making you have questions about what that person does. Now you might be wondering, well, Harrison, I don't know of a good headline to make. And that might be true for you, but I'm going to give you guys a solution right now. The solution for having a great headline, in my opinion, especially if you can't figure out what kind of headline to make, is ask a question. Make it a thought-provoking question. Now, if you're still curious to know how you're going to make that headline, when people ask you when you're out walking around or you see friends, they ask you, what do you do? I'm sure you don't say, hey, I'm a senior executive at XYZ company. No, you say, hey, I'm a CFO and I help manage the money of this company. You could take that term and spruce it up and make it way more sexy than it normally would be. A CFO might not be the sexiest title in the game, but if you say the ultimate money manager at XYZ company controlling their wealth, that might be something that's really catchy. And I'm not saying you need to do that, but there's so many ways that you could take that headline and make it thought-provoking. Now, you do have only a certain amount of characters, so come up with 15 or 20 headlines. And the best part about this is your headline can be changed at any time. So if one's not working for a couple weeks, change it. It's not a big deal. It's not very difficult. Every headline is going to point back to you and what you're doing. This is super important because when you get a new job, you can now tell people what you're doing for that company. It immediately gives you credibility because now you're catching their attention, you're talking about something, and ultimately at the end of the day, you're bringing something to the table that they wouldn't have thought of before. The other benefit of this is most people aren't doing this yet, and it gives you the opportunity to gain that ground. And when you gain that ground and do something different than your competition is doing, you are farly exceeding anything that anybody else is doing, and now you have a true advantage. And who wouldn't want a true advantage in today's market? So now you're probably wondering, Harrison, well, why is number 2 your profile picture? The reason why number 2 is your profile picture is because you have to have an up-to-date picture. I see far too many people that have pictures that are 5, 10, 15 years old. Heck, I saw a picture of me the other day, and I had hair, and I was probably a little skinnier than I am now. Because of that, I need an up-to-date profile picture, which is something I have. I have my company shirt on, I have my less than desirable amount of hair, and it's a recent picture. It's me. The nice part about this is I was in a bar one day, and somebody goes, "Hey, are you so-and-so?" And I go, "Yeah, how'd you know?" He goes, "I saw you on LinkedIn, and you look exactly like you do on LinkedIn, and you're wearing the exact same shirt." And that is how it all worked. And that is exactly how he communicated with me. And today, we're great friends. So if you think that's ridiculous, I don't need an up-to-date profile picture, I promise you, you need an up-to-date profile picture. So to end it all off, take some time out of your day, get a good up-to-date profile picture, add a good headline. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, something catchy. Put some time, energy, and effort into it. I highly recommend it. It's going to immediately take your LinkedIn profile to the next level. It's going to remove you from the competition, and it's going to give you some more abilities to make sales online, which who wouldn't want that? You can make them when you're sleeping. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. It does help grow the channel. And if you think this video is going to help somebody, please share it out. If this isn't on YouTube, send it over to somebody. Tag somebody in the comments down below. This is how this channel grows. This is how my reach grows, and you're going to help somebody. So why wouldn't you want to do that anyway? I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.